What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, March 16th, 2021. That's right. Not only is this Tuesday Stone Cold Steve Austin Day 316, it's also another Widow Wednesday. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the new face of video games, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Oi, governor.
There it is. See, you nailed it. Gary can't be here on Tuesday. You'll bring the Widow to him.
That's what he says, right? Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Well, now you see he's doing this whole Grand Theft Auto thing now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Thing? He's role playing. He got kebabs out there editing. Yeah. You should go in there. You play a lot of Grand Theft Auto back in the day. You should get in there, ruin it.
I do. Like, I've not done any of the role playing stuff that people do in Grand Theft Auto nowadays, and that's something I've always wanted to do because it seems really cool and really fun. And so, Gary Whitta, call me. I'm down to play a character. What character is that going to be? I have no idea yet. I've never even put thought into what kind of character I would be in the Grand Theft Auto world.
So here's the thing: Gary likes to talk, and I like to go, and then I start playing the rest of my day, doing important things while he talks to me. So the idea here is that is it basically like a D&D campaign or something, where you make a character? Like, do you start from scratch? Does somebody assign you what character you're going to be?
I don't know much of how it works. The way I understand it is that people have servers dedicated to role playing and playing a character, and it does have like that D&D storytelling thing to it, where you're going through and you are talking to people like you're that character and you're filling this role. There was a Daniel Dwyer video that he did for No Clip about I forget exactly what it was, but I think he covered the story of a whole biker gang server that was going down in GTA Online, and it's basically like a Second Life kind of thing where you go in and you're really like inhabiting this character and going through that story. It's not D&D in the sense that, like, I don't think you're doing roles, for like, certain shit, right? You're not taking chances in terms of, I talked to this person, roll for.
Oh no, I knew that. I meant, like, is there like a character sheet they're all working off? Where you're like, my name is this, and my occupation is this, and this is that, like my backstory kind of thing.
I assume you are who you want to be.
Okay,
but I'm not.
It's like when I play Avengers.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. Perfect. I mean, is that how you play Avengers? Are you just your own?
I mean, when I pick Captain America, I'm Captain America. You know what I mean? Throwing the shield.
Yeah, but I think Gary Whitta is like his own person that he created. He's not like this pre-made person that he's just projecting himself onto.
It's more like when
because he wants
DC
to be Captain
Online.
America.
Yeah, it's more like when I made Taylor Swift a DC Universe Online.
Right. And you're like, how would Taylor Swift handle this issue?
I mean, Taylor Swift is also a person that exists, and you're more so projecting your own feelings onto an already existing person. But yes, like it is.
But I'm choosing what she's doing in those scenarios, right? And like I gave her backstory for what happened, right? When they brought the exobites to Earth, right? And we all got our superpowers. She was out there performing. Actually, she was in the studio, if you really want to know. And the exobits rained down on her. That gave her super abilities.
This isn't a story he had to like make for work.
Yeah, I made this up on my own. This is my backstory.
I don't know that he's ever shared this before.
Alan Thicke was at his house.
Wait, his house?
Yeah, Alan Thicke was at his house when he got his powers.
Wait, okay.
Shuhei Yoshida was at PlayStation HQ, of course.
At his own home,
Robin
is what he's saying.
What is Alan Thicke's relation to Robin Thicke?
That's dad. He's his dad.
Oh, okay. The actual. We are talking about the actual Alan Thicke.
Yeah.
Sure. One of my characters in DC Universe Online was Alan Thicke, so I just made him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you go Alan Thicke?
I needed some characters, you know what I mean? I needed some people out there.
Are you a big Alan Thicke fan? Or do you like Alan Thicke?
I forget why I did it at the time.
It was the 2
I
weeks
needed
that he
to
was
fill
popular.
it out. No, that's Robin Thicke. Alan Thicke's been popular my entire life, and I'll
Robin
be damned
Thicke's
if I hear
popular for a
something
while.
else.
Robin Thicke has multiple hits. He had Blurred Lines.
Name me another Name me another Robin Thicke hit. He had a couple of hits. Blurred Lines, of course. We all know Blurred Lines.
I think he sang the song "I'm Lost Without You." Like I can't. Wait, no. I'm lost without you. Can't help myself. That song.
All right, chat says "Lost Without You" is one of them. All right, that's two. I guess that counts.
I love that song.
All right, I don't think I've ever heard it.
I'm sure he has more songs other than that too. But he sang for that one band.
But in terms of a cultural phenomenon and what meant more to us as humanity, clearly it's Alan Thicke in his career.
Mm-hmm.
He was the dad on Growing Pains. Come on.
I mean, I guess I don't know. The most I've I don't know. I'm not really been an Alan Thicke person. I've not followed the life and pursuit of Alan Thicke. I don't know what he's out there doing. I never watched Growing Pains. That was not my jam.
What is great? You know what I mean?
Blurred Lines, though. Oh my god!
Of course you watch that.
I listen to Blurred Lines all the time.
Watch
that music video.
Yeah, there it is.
I know. Yeah, who's listening to the song? Yeah.
No, it was a good song though. It was a good song.
No, it was good.
It was a great video.
Is Robin spelled like Batman's Robin?
Yes.
Nobody knows.
All right, cool.
Thick
Chat
with an E at the end.
Just for you, I know that. I
He
know
knows that
Alan
part.
Thick, so
Remember,
of course
he
I know
loves
that
Alan
part,
Thicke.
right? I'm putting into making a poll here on Twitch. More important, Alan Thick or Robin Thicke? That's going because we have other stuff to talk about. Mainly, Jade Raymond is making a PlayStation game at her new studio. Of course, there's a new Fortnite season, and there's a whole bunch more new stuff happening, and we're going to tackle it all because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, be part of the show at patreon.com/kindafunnygames. Over on patreon.com/kindafunnygames, you can be part of the show. You can get the show ad-free, and you can get the show with the exclusive post show we do each and every weekday. It's fantastic on patreon.com/kindafunnygames. But if you got no bucks to toss our way, it's no big deal. You can watch us record the show live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, just like Cast Pool is, Show and Kills is, Show and Kills, I'll say, and the 16 Shards of Analysium. That's a long username. All right, now, of course, if you're watching live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, you have a special job. Go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screw it up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, listening on podcast services around the globe, and of course, over on roosterteeth.com. Right now, yes, thank you. All right, Alan Thicke is winning the poll. He's just dominating. 88% say Alan Thicke's more important than Robin Thicke. This isn't me shitting on Robin Thicke. It's just, we have to call a spade here, all right? Alan's more important, period.
Like, this just shows that your fan base is older than you think.
That's exactly.
No, I'm aware. It's showing Blessing how old the fan base is. This is Blessing's job. Here's the thing. Blessing, guess what? Wouldn't it be nice if you never had to work anywhere else again? If you just worked here, Kinda Funny went on with you. But for that to happen, you got to bring in more of these younger idiots who think Robin Thicke's more important. All right, that's what it is.
Dude, I'm getting tired of making content for these oldies. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna say it. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I've not watched Indiana. Well, I watched Indiana Jones now, but yeah, I didn't watch it because I was born in '94, like so many people were.
What I mean, like, think about it this way: you and the other kids are skateboarding down, just having a good time, listening to your jams on your Discmans. What would make you turn your head? What kind of content do you turn your head for and go, man, I got to subscribe to that YouTube channel?
There is what do you mean? What the YouTube channel?
How do we get the youngies in? You know what I mean? You're sick of the oldies. How do we get the youngies in here?
Like mukbangs, TikToks.
Mukbangs?
Yeah. No. You know what a mukbang is?
I do not know what a mukbang is. Now, if I was guessing, I would say it's some kind of bong you make out of mud and wood.
No,
mukbang is basically you eat food on camera. That's the whole thing. You find like whatever food and you eat it, and people watch you eat it. Is that really
something you're into?
I mean, no, but I think other youngies are.
Yeah, everyone's saying mukbang.
Don't be ashamed of it, Bless. Don't be ashamed of it.
There's housekeeping for you, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, there's a brand new PS I Love You XOXO available on youtube.com/kindafunnygames and podcast services around the globe. As we went live.
Mukbang?
Yeah.
People are decided to tell how to
That's why Greg was so confused.
Would you have known what a mukbang is if I said mukbang?
I think I would have, because I have heard that before. I don't know if I would have immediately been able to pull, but I would have been like, oh, right. Then I would have been on me. When you're like talking about a mukbang, I'm like, I see Swamp Thing doing a rip. Just in the forest. Just fucking Swamp Thing smoking out the forest. He's got some wolf over here and seeing stars, man.
Plus, do you think if you're on Twitch?
I also don't know how to use a bomb.
You nailed it. Just careful with that suicide.
You did it.
Is that how it goes?
Right. If you see Greg Miller eating, you think that would actually grab your attention? Greg Miller sitting there with a bowl of ramen,
just eating wings.
All right.
I would watch Greg eat food on
Kids
YouTube.
Are weird. Oh, there it is.
Oh, here we go.
God, your camera's so pixelated.
Your camera's kind of blurred, so I can't even tell what you're eating. Blurry. It looks like a gummy bear.
I hate it.
Well, I'm also broadcasting on the surface of the sun, so we got other problems too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but that just helps the camera. That makes you actually look better.
Also, people pay to watch, or not pay, but people did watch Greg eat Oreos.
Yeah.
Like, people watch that shit.
They were there for the crazy reviewness of it. Like, the fact that he couldn't stop laughing because he respected the scale too much to give a certain Oreo a 10.
Right now, a new episode of PS I Love You XOXO is available on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, podcast services around the globe. My spoiler-free review of the Snyder Cut. That's right, Zack Snyder's Justice League just went up on youtube.com/kindoffunny and the Screencast podcast services around the globe. Tim challenged me to do it in 10 minutes, and I crushed it, everybody. Crushed it. Spoiler free, don't worry. And don't worry, you are getting in review in 2 parts, so you will get, I'm sure, the 6-hour epic that'll be us reviewing this movie. Other housekeeping for you. The Kind of Funny Wild Aces are in the FCF Championship. You should come call the plays as we take on the Glacier boys for the People's Championship this Saturday, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. We are very excited, aren't we, Blessing?
Yeah, we're very excited.
Thank you. I'm not going to, now here's the thing, of course. I know we're having a Rick Rowland show here, and let me tell you, people either love it or they really hate it. Well, before we'll just get off thing here, I'm impressed because you know Corey Cudney, right? GIF master.
Yeah,
he's made hundreds of Kind of Funny GIFs. For you, Blessing, and the Wild Aces, he made the it's Wild Aces game day GIF of you, and that's the only Wild Aces GIF he's ever made. So anytime I tweet about it, I'm like, I gotta use this one of Blessing. That's all there is to it.
Every Saturday morning, I wake up to you tweeting that GIF of me, and I'm like, why am I always the one saying it's Wild Aces game day when I'm the one that never shows up to the Wild Aces game day? Like, I always have to come on Monday and ask, like, who the fuck won last weekend?
You crushed it. You know what I mean? When you're in the perfect GIF, you're in the perfect GIF. You can't stop it. Thank you to our Patreon producers at Denanobiologist, a.k.a. Mick Abramson, Blackjack, Trent Berry, and Blackjack again. Today we're brought to you by Purple, Brooklyn, and Burrow, but I'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. There are 5 items on the Roper Report. Number 1, Blessing Adeoye Jr. Jade Raymond has started a new studio in Montreal and is working on a PlayStation IP, and they've given her some money. Can you believe this, Blessing? The gall of Herman and PlayStation to do this on the day we post PS I Love You XOXO.
It's becoming, it feels like it's personal at this point. I feel like there's somebody over there at the PlayStation blog or at PlayStation proper that's like, fuck these guys. We're just going to release news every Tuesday. And you know what? I respect it.
I respect it too. So let's start with the PlayStation blog where Jade Raymond writes, it's been a strange and difficult past 12 months. The pandemic, social injustice, and job elimination have impacted many of my closest friends, families, and coworkers. All of these factors, paired with an inability to see friends and family face to face, lulled me into kind of a reflective cocoon where I had to ask myself some tough questions about what really matters. I've been making games a long time, over 25 years now. I've had the opportunity to lead the creation of 2 highly successful original IPs and build multiple teams and studios from the ground up. Some of these adventures have been more successful than I could have ever imagined, and others less so. Several people have asked me recently, quote, after all these experiences, do you still want to be in the games industry, end quote? The answer is always an unwavering yes. The games industry is where I belong. Whether it's playing Settlers of Catan with my kids or Valheim with my team, games continue to bring me joy. They're a way to relax, connect, and share experiences with people I care about. And the act of making games is, in many ways, even more fulfilling. Getting to bring together experts across so many different creative fields, from music composers to concept artists to programmers, parentheses, yes, programmers are creative too, into a perfectly synced orchestra that delivers new worlds for players to explore. For me, there is nothing or rewarding I can imagine doing. As I took stock of my career over the last few years and started to think about what to do next, I came to a very simple conclusion. I need to get back to what I love doing most and do so in a way that gives our team the freedom to explore, inspire, and create. And so today, I'm announcing Haven, an independent studio where many of the talented game developers I have worked with for years, parentheses, and love dearly, are coming together to do what we are most passionate about. It's time for us to refocus on games in a place where we can practice our crafts without any barriers, impediments. We want to create worlds where players can escape, have fun, express themselves, and find community. We want to pour our passion into a project. We want to make something wondrous for people to experience because we believe in the power of games to bring joy to people's lives. And Sony does too. Their commitment to excellence is unmatched. It's why I couldn't be happier for their backing and support. Together, we want to create games that are a haven for players, and we want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. So, while we don't have many details to announce today, I want the PlayStation community to know that Haven Studios is already hard at work on an unannounced IP. We can't wait to show you more. Of course, this is the PlayStation blog. This is the official post they put up to announce this. Obviously, Jade Raymond has a new studio. It's called Haven. It's working on a PlayStation IP. From there, I want to go over to gamesindustry.biz, where Christopher Dring writes, of course, PlayStation invests in Jade Raymond's new independent studio, Haven. Montreal-based developers working on an original IP for PlayStation. We join the article in progress, obviously recapping a lot of what we already heard. If you don't know who Jade Raymond is a games industry veteran. She's held senior roles at Google Stadia, EA, and Ubisoft. She was responsible for Star Wars console and PC games at EA and helped create the Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs franchises for Ubisoft. She also set up Ubisoft Toronto and managed the team through the creation of its first game, Splinter Cell Backlist. Christopher has this quote here from Herman Holst, of course, the PlayStation Studios head. Quote, Sony Interactive Entertainment is proud to support and invest in Haven and its future. We understand the challenges and rewards of building creative teams from the ground up, as does Jade with her wealth of experience helming many of gaming's biggest franchises. We're confident and excited for the bright future of Haven Studios and its first project, currently in development. Blessing. Mm-hmm. Coming out of left field. This is happening. Didn't see it coming. No hints about it. Obviously not a full first-party studio, but working on a PlayStation IP, having some PlayStation funding. What's your reaction to everything?
Yeah, this came completely out of left field. I woke up today, saw this news, and I was like, oh, wow, I wouldn't have expected this, but this makes a lot of sense, and this is really awesome. This has a lot of the same energy that Kojima Productions founding did, right? Where Kojima had that shaky relationship with Konami towards the end there, left, and then months later, it was announced that he was partnering with PlayStation to do Death Stranding. And this feels like the exact same thing, where Jade Raymond, coming off of Stadia, it was maybe even less than a month ago. It might have been exactly a month ago where we got that story of Google Stadia shutting down first-party development. People were being laid off. Jade Raymond left, and for this to happen a month later is such a move for Jade Raymond. Like, kudos to her and her team. Like, that is an awesome thing to be able to pull off in a month. To be like, hey, we're going from piecing out of this thing that we thought was promising, that we saw a future in, that we were working hard on. We're going from piecing out of that into now launching a studio with a name, with backing behind it, partnering with one of the biggest first parties in the world. Like, that is a fantastic move. And I'm usually one to see through like PR bullshit and marketing terms and all that stuff. But you know, she mentions this here in the PlayStation blog. We want to create games that are a haven for players. We want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. And I do see that, and I am like, that is an awesome statement. Like, that is something that I think very much characterizes the way in which I think about games like Assassin's Creed, right? Like, she helped get that franchise off the ground. And I look around and I'm like, yeah, there's so many people that are big fans of Assassin's Creed, right? People identify with that franchise. People build fandoms around that franchise. And saying we want to create games that are a haven for players, I think kind of reflects that. The idea that she might want to make another Assassin's Creed or another Watch Dogs or something of that same level, right, for PlayStation. I think that's a cool thing.
Now, here's my question for you, and this might read as very negative, which I don't ever mean to be, but does the name Jade Raymond still matter, you think, to and I want to say the average gamer, because the average gamer I don't think honestly understands who makes their games, but the industry at large? I feel like, you know, you go to Jade's Wikipedia, right, and you look through the games she's got listed here, right? 2002 Sims Online, 2007 Assassin's Creed, 2009 AC2, AC Bloodlines, 2013 Blacklist, 2014 Watch Dogs, 2015 The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, right? And that's where it ends. You start talking about, I think, Jade Raymond as a name, and Jade Raymond, of course, is somebody I know from the industry, incredibly nice, and I'm not trying to take shots at her that way. I'm talking about the fact that just yesterday, right, every show, it seems like we talk about how old I am and how long I've been around, right? And so talking about 2007 and 2009, yeah, I remember when Jade Raymond was one of the fucking names, right? When it was like we were trying to get her on not shows at the time, just podcasts, I guess, into articles, right, stuff like that. And then the fact that since then, I feel like she's gone and had these. She's moved to other studios, other teams, and tried to make things happen, and then like she has nothing to show for it. And this isn't me saying it's her fault or anything like that. I'm saying, do you think that she still has the stuff. Is it the the fact that like Stadia doesn't come together and make anything for her? Are you still excited for a Jade Raymond game?
I mean, personally, I'm not the one to be excited about a Jade Raymond game because the games that she's worked on have not really spoken to me.
Yeah.
But I know that the Assassin's Creed as a franchise has spoken to people. Watch Dogs games has spoken to people. She's one of the founders of EA Motive, right? And they went on to make games like Star Wars Squadrons. Jade Raymond as a name doesn't speak to me the same way that Hideo Kojima or even a name like Amy Hennig speak to me as a name, where I'm like, cool, I know what that is. I personally identify with games they made. I'm very excited about this. I think Jade Raymond is very much an inside baseball kind of name, right? Where if you're in the industry or you pay a lot of attention to the industry, you see that and you go, oh, good for her. Like she is finding ways to continue to prevail in this industry and continue to do things. But I don't look at the announcement of Haven Studio and immediately go like, fuck yeah, I'm hyped, I'm excited, let's fucking go. Because again, like I don't really know what to expect necessarily. Sure. I can look at it and be like, okay, they might make an open world game with that might be like similar to Ghost or Horizon in terms of setup, but might have a new setting. It's hard to really narrow down what a Jade Raymond game is. But if we're looking at the story of Jade Raymond over the years, right? Like for the last few opportunities she's been given, it seems like those have been kind of stripped away from her without her out of her control, right? You look at Stadia and it's like that wasn't a Jade Raymond issue. What went down with first party, that was a Stadia and them not anticipating how much work it takes to develop shit type thing, right? You look at the closure of Visceral Games and Jade Raymond was involved with that, right? And that wasn't a Jade Raymond or Amy Hennig issue. That was an EA doesn't know how to handle this thing kind of issue. And so I think it's nice to see her be able to, in theory, be able to own a project, own a studio, and be able to see that project all the way through. But I'm right there with you that announcing a studio with the name Jade Raymond doesn't inherently ignite excitement in fans.
Here's the thing I'll say though, is I think it should. I think you just said all the reasons why, right? In so many words. But then in the chat, even Big Bad Beluga says she would be huge if she hadn't gotten screwed over so hard multiple times in the last decade.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge part of it. And that's where I think it comes from, of like, especially when you read this, right? Like there's this great line in here from her, right? Where she's talking about the student. She goes, it's time for us to refocus on games. And games is in all caps, right? Like this is exciting to me as somebody who is a student of the industry or whatever, and a fan of the industry, obviously. Somebody who knows Jade just in a passing way from conventions and getting to talk to her a few times. And then back to what you were talking about, the way she speaks in this letter. We want to create games that are a haven for players. We want to build a studio that's a haven for developers. Like this is so much, I think, like what you said earlier with Kojima, where this just smacks of, guess what? I've fucking had it with corporate video game. Let's go make a fucking video game. Let's go make an independent studio where we can make something. And you assume she and her team had a pitch for PlayStation and they were like, yes, and I'm sure it was. Just let us fucking make this. Give us the capital to get this started up. Let us get going and let us make this in the same way you want to talk about Kojima and Death Stranding, in the same way you want us to talk about anybody who breaks away and goes off and starts their own studio, right? Like, let us be creative again. It's back to what we're talking about on PS I Love You this week, where buying Bethesda, buying Double Fine, bringing them into the Xbox family, right, removes the boot on the neck that all these developers eventually get into, where it's like, cool, not only do I want to make games, I want to keep everyone employed, so I have to worry about the business side and what's going on in fiscal years and yada, da, da, da. Whereas if you can just go be a creative, just go be a creative. And that's what's exciting about this, to see her, and I'm sure a team that is comprised, it mentions in here, right? It's a team comprised of people that she's worked with over the years or whatever. Like, I'm sure it's a bunch of people fed up with the way AAA video games are made and the way that you get that grinds you down, and somebody at the top cancels your project or cancels the entire in-house development of games for Stadia, right? Like, I'm not excited. I'm not excited in terms of like, oh, it's a Jade Raymond game. That means X, Y, and Z. Like I know what that means anymore. I'm excited in the way of, wow, a whole bunch of really creative people just had their leashes taken off, their shackles taken off, right? Like they're no longer bound by what the corporate overlord wants from them. They're going to actually get to go run and see what this actually turns out to be, and that's always exciting.
Yeah, and it's gonna hopefully turn into a cool game for the PlayStation audience, which I think is also exciting. But you look at the second part of the statement of we want to we want to create games that are haven for players. We want to build a studio that is a haven for developers. That part right there feels like a response to her last few experiences in the industry. And like to go earlier in the article, right, where she writes about several people have been asking her after all these experiences, do you still want to be in the games industry? And the answer is always an unwavering yes. Like that. It's nice to see that, and no pun intended. It's nice to see that she's not jaded, right? It's nice to see that she's not like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah,
because I can easily see why that would be the case.
Totally.
I can easily see why somebody would be like,
it does sound like she's jaded with AAA stuff. It does sound like she's jaded with the big industry part of it.
But and that's what makes this probably such an exciting thing for her specifically, is that to be in the situation where, one, you get to have an independent studio, but then also you get to have an independent studio with the backing of a first party. That is probably the most, and you get to lead that studio. That is probably the most powerful position you can be in as somebody who wants to create a game in the industry, because you have enough backing to where you're not going to fail, hopefully, right? Like, you can, obviously there are many ways you can still fail, but you have that cushion underneath you, but then also you have the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. Like Kojima with Kojima Productions in a similar situation made Death Stranding, which is the most bonkers, crazy, weird first or AAA video game that I can think of in the last 10 years, right? Like, Death Stranding is the most Kojima-ass game Kojima could have made, and he made that with, no strings, no first party caveats, right? Like, he was able to do the thing that he wanted to do, and this is going to look like Jade Raymond is going to be able to do the thing that she wants to do. It's probably not going to be Death Stranding. It's probably not going to be that weird, but it is probably going to be her vision, and she is going to be able to see it through if she truly wants to see it through, which I think is the biggest thing here.
Weird question, I guess, and I haven't thought through the answers or conversation even, but do you think this is, I don't want to say the way Sony wants to counteract Xbox's acquisitions, but as Xbox starts picking up more studios and building a first party, PlayStation already has an established first party. But do you see them going this route of trying to snatch up industry icons, luminaries, whatever you want to say, like Kojima, like Jade, get them signed to exclusive games, not be a first party forever, but be able to fund the projects of eccentrics? Like, are we going to see a Peter Molyneux game or something like from PlayStation down the line?
I mean, I think it's an option. The reason I doubt it entirely, though, is that how often can you do that? The last time we saw PlayStation do that was in 2015.
Blazinski's out there.
yeah, I guess you could do that. But, that was 6 years ago since the Kojima thing. And now it's happening again with PlayStation in 2021.
Holy shit, it's been 6 years since the Kojima thing?
Yeah, it's been that long, and it's like, how many people are there out there that you can snatch up in this way that are experienced in making big AAA games that you can partner with to make a AAA game for you? That is once in a decade, seemingly, right, or twice in a decade at this point. Unless as PlayStation you want to maybe reach out to smaller developers or more diverse developers, right? Like, what would it look like if PlayStation reached out to Toby Fox to make an exclusive game, or what would it look like if PlayStation reached out to, I don't know, like in a successful indie developer, right? I think that would maybe provide more opportunity for that kind of thing, but there aren't enough people of that same ilk of Jade Raymond or Hideo Kojima or anywhere in between to really make this a consistent strategy for PlayStation.
Actually, I had a question here. Sorry. Mitch Krassin says, before we get out of this, he wrote in patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, just like you can, and says, with the new Jade Raymond studio, what are the odds that this new project will have similar threads to her previous works that didn't end up in Google Stadia? Is this a fresh new start or a quick pivot? I mean, you figure for a studio starting up this way and bringing in so many different people that they worked with before, I'm sure there's ideas they're going to say, like, hey, man, we've been working on this thing and it didn't go anywhere, but what if we did X, Y, and Z for it? But I don't think you're going to get any kind of carbon copies or anything like that. Bless.
Yeah, no, I think in the way that this works, I'm sure if Google sees Jade Raymond put out a game that it entirely resembles the game that she was working on for Stadia, they are going to be fucking suing left and right. They'd be like, no.
Yeah, Google's a bit litigious. They might have a problem with anything like that would look the same, right?
So you're not going to see the game that they were working on for Google, but I think it is like you said, right, where for a studio like this, there are ideas that you percolate on over the years, and I can't remember the last Jade Raymond game that she actually saw through in release, but you imagine since then, ideas that she's come up with or that their team has come up with over the years will probably appear in some form or in some way in their next game.
Sure. Kevin, I'm going to need you and your expertise for the next story. Number 2, Fortnite's new season is live, and it's Primal. Kevin, can we watch the cinematic trailer and then the Battle Pass trailer? I want your expert opinion. Blessing, where are you right now with Fortnite?
I haven't played Fortnite in a while. I've been all in on Apex and in Warzone, and it's just hard to play this many battle royales at once.
Understandable.
Yeah, I hopped out like December-ish, I want to say, out of Fortnite, and I've not gone back since.
Coward. All right, Kevin, go ahead and hit this one here. This is the cinematic trailer announcing the Nexus event here that happened. Jonesy, of course, Troy Baker, getting a bit wild out there.
We've lost control. Save yourself.
If I don't stop this, it could destroy all existence.
You have your orders. Now get out of there.
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start. I'm going to the 7.
You took an oath. You're betraying everything we stood for you.
Have you seen this trailer yet, Bless?
I've not.
My favorite thing is how ridiculous it's about to get and show how ridiculous Fortnite is.
It's phenomenal.
Over.
Really scared.
The game or the trailer?
First of all, but like the moments that you have. So
yeah. So yeah, if you're an audio listener, we'll narrate a bit. Of course, it's Jones here running Troy Baker. The Xenomorph jumps at him. He's pinned down. He's gonna die. No. Who shot? Lynn Hamilton from Terminator 2. Shoots another Xenomorph. Now the Terminators from Terminator are coming together.
Oh, this is awesome.
Then through the wall, a giant truck drops down. Who's this? Because it's the Terminator truck. No, it's Ripley. Ripley from Alien. That's flat. Then Kratos comes in to take down Pancake Man. Predator gets punched in the face by a cat.
The fact that this is a trailer is crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Jones
This is wild too.
Street Fighter killed him. Ryu, right? Right.
Yeah.
Master Chief.
This is crazy.
It's just one of those, like, imagine if you could go back in time and, like, I just leave the E3 demo of, like, getting Fortnite the Save the World mode demo. I'm like, okay, cool. And then you show me this trailer. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Come on.
Like, honestly, show anybody the trailer 5 years ago and be like, hey, this is a thing that's going to exist and be playable.
Continues to be incredible. Meteor is hit here for an audio listener. Just approaching the meteor. But it's not a meteor at all. It's some kind of spaceship door.
Oh, who's this gonna be?
Look, I know you have no reason to trust me, but oh no. Hang on, let's talk! Geno! I can get you to Geno.
And the sisters?
I can get you all of them. But I need your help to fix.
I don't know anything. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
And that's my thing is like, Kevin, you're. I was gonna say you're Mr. Fortnite. You hit level 100 this time around, right? You got your Grogu, right? Like, does this do something for you? Are you watching this story trailer and like getting it? They're weaving this narrative in there. Are you getting excited about that?
I mean, no, not. I mean, it's a really cool trailer. I feel like the moments that are cool are, you know, the Ripley and Sarah Connor. Like those are the moments that pop. But like, and also like, I don't understand what this is building to. What is the 7?
Well, he's one of the 7. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what they want you doing.
But it's just one of those things that, like, there was a moment, though, Greg, where I was sitting there, I'm like, and they're saying the 7, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Are they going to suddenly bring in the Justice League? Right? Because they're 7, right?
Yeah. And of course, there's the DC Comics tie-in this time around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my hope, obviously, when people started talking about the DC comic book and all the stuff. I was like, oh my god, are we gonna get DC after the Marvel season? Are we gonna get a DC season? No, we're not, but it's no big deal. If you want to skip to the Battle Pass trailer, you can show that, Kevin. That's just a minute long. It reveals some of the cool stuff that's happening.
Do you guys want them to lean into like having an actual story and lore to Fortnite? Because this seems like some Destiny type shit.
I like this one so far, like the 7 and Primal. Go ahead and hit it. We can talk over this, Kev, because this is just showing you how buy or earn as you go. Like I like it, for me, like, but the problem is it's stuff like this where it's like, cool, now it's Primal and you show these wolves run around and it's like there's Lara Croft. this doesn't. I don't care about Primal, right? Like that's when you start getting into seasons that have these kind of things. You start getting into, oh, I don't care about this genre, so I don't care about this. Like when it was that Marvel season, that was just the perfect season of Fortnite for me.
Yeah.
Even right here, Raven, of course, from DC Comics.
Oh, shit.
She's in there too. She got different looks too.
God damn. I had to get
That gonna get you? Is that get you back?
What the fuck?
So it's like I like that they're doing it because I think it's one of those you can easily ignore. But again, like the Marvel season story was so cool, and the comic book leading up to it was so cool that I'd rather see them keep taking chances like that, and only 1 out of every 12 seasons hits for me where I'm like, I gotta go do that. But then just that one would be enough that would make me go, oh, fuck yeah, I want to, I'm doing that, and other people are going to be part of that and want to go through their stories, and more power to
Are you
them.
guys interested? They're doing like a single player campaign, right? Are you guys interested in that?
No, they're doing a single player like start. It's like how every time you start Fortnite, a new season, there's like something you have to play through. This is a single player thing they're doing. Or whatever
gotcha.
For Jonesy. I haven't done it yet.
My bar for that is super low.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be like when we fought Galactus, right? Where it's like, this is a very short, not that interactive thing, but is what I'm expecting. I don't know if that's actually what it is. We'll see. The one thing I do like about that battle pass is they have the Lara Croft that's like the polygonal one from like old Lara Croft.
That's cool.
Unlock as a style.
That's cool. Yeah, see, I haven't looked at the battle pass yet, and I'm very excited to check that out later today.
First off in the record, so Duggar says Fortnite has a single player story mode. Everyone forgets. Nobody's fucking talking about Save the World. You know exactly what we're talking about.
Also,
Shut up.
It sucks. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here. You and Andrew Renee like that single player mode. Get out of here. Go over.
Get out of here.
Number 3 on the Roper Report, there's a big old Animal Crossing New Horizons update on the way. This is Kevin Knezevic over at GameSpot with the report. Nintendo has shared more details on the Animal Crossing New Horizons next update. In addition to the Sanrio-inspired villagers and items, the 1.9.0 update will introduce more new seasonal items, additional design slots, and other new features to the Life Sim later this week. As Nintendo detailed on Twitter, the 1.9.0 update will add 50 more slots to both custom designs and pro designs, greatly increasing the number of patterns you can keep. Additionally, you'll be able to purchase a custom designs portal and custom design pro editor plus from the Nook Miles catalog. These will let you download and edit designs right from your Nook phone without having to travel to the Able Sister shop to access the terminal. Yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes on all of that. Boo on Bunny Day, the first major event to occur after New Horizons launched last year, will return again on April 4th. As before, you'll be able to collect different kinds of eggs from around the island and craft them into special Bunny Day furniture. This time, however, Nook's Cranny will also be selling brand new Bunny Day items. These will be available exclusively in the item shop with a different item on sale each day, from March 28th to April 4th. The Nook Link service in the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app will also receive its own update later this month. Following that update, the app will add a new feature that lets you collect Nook points right from your phone and redeem them for prizes you'll receive in-game. You'll need to have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription to use the mobile app. Finally, Nintendo is launching a new service called Animal Crossing New Horizons Island Tour Creator on March 23rd. With this, you'll be able to create visual posters and tour video showcasing your island and share them with others online. 1.9.0 is slated to arrive March 18th. As previously mentioned, it'll introduce the handful of new Sanrio-inspired content, including brand new villagers you'll have to invite to your island. You can invite to your island to live. You'll need to scan the Animal Crossing Sanrio amiibo cards to access these new villagers and items. Those will go on sale in the U.S. starting March 26th and be sold exclusively at Target stores. Whew. Blessing, you care about any of that?
Nope.
When are you coming back to Animal Crossing? Come on.
I've just decided. I respect Animal Crossing, obviously, and I think it's a really cool thing, but it's just not. Animal Crossing New Horizons was my first foray into actually trying Animal Crossing, and I didn't really expect myself to get into it. And after 5 hours, I was like, okay, you
see it, but it ain't for you. Yeah.
I see it. I love how cute it is. I love the art style. I love the music, but nah.
Kevin, did I miss St. Patrick's Day? When's St. Patrick's Day?
It's tomorrow, boss. Tomorrow.
Is it really? Fuck. All right, cool.
I thought it was the 15th, but now I've got.
Are we in the chat saying tomorrow? Because I know that they had like leprechaun outfits in on Animal Crossing, and I meant to turn it on and get them, and I never did. So I got to do that today.
Maybe it's tomorrow.
Kevin, remind me later. All right.
Guess what I got right now in the sous vide?
Sure. Corned beef.
Yeah, big old thing of corned beef.
Look at you. Did you do that because of the holiday, or just because you were in the mood and then you're like, oh, hey, look at that?
I don't know, because of the holiday. I have people to share it with here in the house, so Joey's gonna get some corned beef. You know?
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
I'm excited for Joe to eat this corned beef, but I'm also excited for the viewers and listeners to go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Over on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, you can toss us a couple bucks. You can be part of the show with your questions, comments, concerns, and squad up requests. You can get the show with the exclusive post show we do each and every weekday. You can get a whole bunch of different exclusives over there, shows that are only living there, all sorts of stuff. However, most important for right now, you can get the show ad-free. And speaking of ads, Greg Way, this episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily is brought to you by Purple. As the world becomes increasingly uncomfortable, we're all looking for as much comfort as we can get. The one thing you can always count on is how comfortable your Purple mattress is. That's because Purple is comfort reinvented. Only Purple has the Grid, a stretchy gel material that is amazingly supportive for your back and legs while cushioning your shoulders, neck, and hips. I don't know how it does it. It just does, and it's fantastic. Because of how it's designed, the Grid doesn't trap air. Air actually circulates and flows through it, so you'll never overheat. The Grid bounces back as you move and shift. Unlike memory foam, which remembers everything, that's why memory foam has craters and divots. Kind of Funny, of course, loves the Purple mattress. Joey Noelle sleeps like a baby on the one she has. She says it's nice and soft and keeps her cool. Right now, you can try your Purple mattress risk-free with free shipping and returns. Financing is available too. Imagine Joey in like one of those, like she's got the little candle, like, you know, the little candle you carry around, the little nightcap and like the giant nightgown, just getting on this Purple mattress, laying down. She blows out the candle first though. Fire safety, everybody. All right. Purple really is comfort Purple really is comfort in an uncomfortable world. Right now, you'll get 10% off any order of $200 or more. Go to purple.com/games10 and use the promo code games10. That's purple.com/games10, promo code games10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. Purple.com/games10, promo code games10. Terms apply. I appreciated that when I started into the joke, Blessing unmuted his mic and then just remuted it. Like, this isn't going anywhere.
No, I muted it so I could laugh a little bit, but I didn't want you to hear the laugh because I didn't want you to know that you got me.
Gotcha. Brooklyn is the next sponsor. Life is too short to sleep between anything less than really nice sheets. But maybe you looked at some retailers and calculated the years of interest you'd pay on just one set and gave up. Trust me, go check out Brooklinen. Brooklinen was started by Rich and Vicky. You know them. They also tried to find beautiful home essentials that didn't cost an arm and a leg. And when they couldn't, they founded Brooklinen as the first direct-to-consumer bedding company. They work directly with manufacturers to make luxury available directly to you without the luxury-level markups. Brooklinen has a variety of sheets, colors, patterns, and materials to fit your needs and tastes. Brooklinen has over 50,000 five-star reviews and counting. They are so confident you will love their products. They even offer a 365-day money-back guarantee. And Brooklinen is so much more than sheets. They've got comforters, pillows, towels, and loungewear, even other stuff. Kind of Funny loves Brooklinen. Tim loves the sheets. I love the towels, and everybody loves how soft Tim and I both are because we sleep on the sheets and the towels. Well, I don't sleep on the towels. I'm not Portillo, all right? I sleep in a bed and also has Brooklinen sheets on it, all right? But I'm double comfy, all right? Tim's only one comfy. Don't be like Tim, be like Greg. Go to brooklinen.com and use the promo code KFGD to get 25% off. It'd be funny to imagine me sleeping on a bed of towels, though, right? I'm in trouble with the gen. I just go sleep on some towels.
Lay down in the living room on the floor.
I'm like a modern day Fightful Goes West.
Like, get 25%. Like these towels are so comfy.
Great movie.
Go to brooklinen.com. Use the promo code KFGD to get 25% off when you spend $100 or more plus free shipping. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Enter the promo code KFGD to get $25 off when you spend $100 or more plus free shipping. brooklinen.com. Use the promo code KFGD at checkout. Final sponsor of the day, Burrow. Finding furniture is always a hassle, whether it's finding what's right, getting it delivered, or the setup itself. That's why I'm excited to tell you the show is sponsored by Burrow, the furniture company that's designing smarter, simpler things for modern life at home. They built the company from the ground up to fix all the ways that shopping for furniture is frustrating. Every decision they make, from the first sketch of a new couch to the fast, free delivery promise, is made with your experience in mind. Easy online shopping is the name of the game. No more visits to far-flung warehouse stores, no high-pressure salespeople, plus Burrow's world-class support team is available for whenever you need them. Furniture is designed for the way you live. Their cadenzas are actually tall enough to fit next-gen consoles standing vertically. The award-winning Nomad sofa has built-in USB chargers. Simple assembly. Burrow customers literally write reviews applauding the instructions for being so easy to follow. Modular design means they're easy to set up, but they also are easy to take with you to your next home. Fast and free shipping on every order saves you an average of $100 on large items like a couch. Right now, you can get $75 off your first order at burrow.com/games. That's Burrow, BURROW.com/games for $75 off your Burrow purchase. Burrow.com/games. I love the idea that somebody listened to this podcast, Bless, and they're like, you know what? I need it all, and they just made a perfect bedroom. Because they got the purple, the mattress, they got the Brooklyn Inn sheets and towels, and then they got like a Burrow furniture for in the room.
No, these ads are perfect for somebody in the process of moving right now. Like somewhere somebody's listening, they're like, man, I'm about to go into my new home, and they're
sleeping
to the
on
podcast, and they're like
a bunch of towels that are garbage.
Yeah, they're like, I gotta sleep on better towels. I need something more soft.
Number 4 on the Roper Report, and these last ones are going to be pretty quick because they're kind of just what they are. Number 4, 2K snaps up Tiger Woods and a studio. This is Brendan Sinclair over at GamesIndustry.biz. 2K is adding a couple more clubs to its bag as the publisher today announced the acquisition of PGA Tour 2K21 developer HB Studios, along with a long-term exclusive partnership with Tiger Woods. Speaking about the deal, the GamesIndustry.biz 2K president David Ismailer said the publisher has seen success with the Nova Scotia-based developers golf games, which 2K has been publishing since the Golf Club 2019, featuring PGA Tour. Last year's PGA Tour 2K21 has shipped nearly 2 million units to date. So if you love Tiger Woods, y'all, there you go.
There you go. It'd be a power move if they ended up naming it Tiger Woods Golf 2K21 or something along those lines.
Sure.
Be a great way to flip it on EA.
Yeah, get him. Get out of here, Rory McIlroy or whoever that guy was they used that one time.
No, you got it. It was Rory McIlroy.
Was it? Wasn't him? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Who was the one guy who was always drunk playing golf, but he was good?
I assume all of them are.
Okay.
Who was
I
the
can play golf
badass of tennis?
Andre Agassi. No, you're thinking of what's his name? Jimmy somebody.
Get me there.
Hold on, I'll get you. John McEnroe.
That's it. That's
John Daly. John Daly's the drunk golfer I was talking about. There we go.
Oh.
And then of course Johnny Ace, the Wild Aces. It turns out if you got a John name, you're gonna crush it out there.
Sure.
You know. Number 5.
Question.
Oh, sorry.
Quick question for Bless. How much does Fievel matter to you?
Not at all, really.
Damn, fuck. The generation's fucked, you know?
Here's the thing. That's not a generational thing. I remember enjoying Fievel fine. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of Fievel, but like, it's not something I'm like, yeah, I'm a big Fievel fan out here. It's not me.
That's why, like, this generation coming up, all they're gonna like is superheroes.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Oh my god! I
watched
how much the MCU means to me.
Yeah, I know, right? And like, imagine that you're a kid though, and you gotta watch like a Dumbo cartoon, or now you have fucking Green Lantern smashing a tank on somebody. You know, what do you want to watch here? What do you want to watch?
No, you nailed it.
This elephant is racist friends, or this guy who just killed somebody with a tank. The answer's simple, and kids are gonna be great for it. Number 5 on the Roper. This has been a journey. This show has had weird energy, and I've loved it. Number 5. This is the final one. Kevin, listen up, because I want your expert opinion on this as well. Right, Assassin's Creed appears to have effed up its own transmog system.
Oh, no.
This is Jordan Oloman over at IGN.com. Ubisoft has added a much requested item, Ubisoft has added a much requested item transmog featured Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but fans aren't happy with its implementation. Assassin's Creed Valhalla's title update 1.2.0 launched across Xbox Series, PlayStation 5 again, they mean PlayStation 4. Everywhere it is, it's launched on March 16th. The patch brought new skills, the Ostara Festival, and transmogrification, which allows players, of course, to change the appearance of their gear, but keep the stats beneath it in order to create custom outfits. Parentheses, it's a lot like using a glamour in an MMO, if you're familiar. Players want to equip their best gear for their build, but this may come at a compromise of your favorite in-game fashion. Fans have been requesting this feature, which has been present in previous Assassin's Creed games for a while, but the way Ubisoft has implemented it in Assassin's Creed Valhalla hasn't gone down too well. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you could transmog for free and directly from the inventory menu. In Valhalla, however, you're going to need to pay 50 silver a pop, which you'll have to hand over to Gunnar in Ravensthorpe for every piece you want to aesthetically alter. Silver is fairly easy to come by in Valhalla early on, but if you want to alter a lot of gear, you need to sell items or gamble in minigames. In this Reddit thread, which is linked on IGN, players have pointed out that after looting and raiding everywhere, silver can be tough to accrue. Quote, 50 silver is not small on this game. Making money is such a struggle after you raid and loot everything, Rick the Mullet Man said. Quote, Transmog was free in Odyssey. No reason for it to cost 50 each time here, adds Mbor Island. I know it's a small amount, but the fact I have to consciously think about how much / often I use the feature is quite ridiculous. IMO. It's worth pointing out that you can purchase silver from the in-game store in Valhalla for real money, something that hasn't gone unnoticed among the community. Quote, the only reason they're doing this is because they want more people to buy silver with real money from the Helix store. Disgusting, writes Ever Advancing. Now, the community is pointing out that Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins both use a more convenient form of the feature, as does Immortals Phoenix Rising. It'll be interesting to see how Ubisoft reacts to the feedback. We've contacted the publisher for comment. Kevin, you know I love Transmog in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. When I was playing Valhalla, I had a huge problem with not being able to do it because I hated my armor set.
Sucked.
What do you think of that, and what do you think of this solution?
This solution fucking sucks. Like,
Sucks.
here's the thing: you're not getting as much armor with this game compared to Odyssey.
Correct.
Odyssey,
Yeah.
you can throw a fucking stick without like hitting another piece of armor. It was great.
Yep.
So I understand why they thought these bastards could get away with it, but no, like that should be a very like easy feature to utilize, and like that should be a free feature. It's fucked up that they're like, I already worked to get the armor. I probably like had to use money and get the armor where I want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, stop making me work
totally.
more, like to make it look not stupid. Come on.
Blessing, I know you're not a big Assassin's Creed guy, but if we can just step back and take it from a wider video game industry thing, I can't fucking stand when a game makes it harder to look cool. And I was talking about this yesterday, or with you on PSILY, right? Of like, started playing Destiny again, having a great time, but I'm getting new armor. And so, I went into Eververse and I was looking around. I was like, oh, right, yeah. And I went to shaders, and I can't believe it is still that one shader goes to one piece of my armor. So I can turn my arms purple, but I can't. It's like, oh my God. And then I go to Eververse and she's not selling any more purple. I'm like, why is this how this is? Like, if you're going to have me changing gear this much, at least let me look uniform. I don't want to look like Joseph in the Technicolor Amazing Code out here. You know what I mean? As I'm running around.
Yeah, I don't understand why there hasn't been a solution that has worked for every RPG, because this is a problem. This seems to be a problem with every RPG that I play, where I'm like, cool, I want to look cool, but I also want to have great stats. Let me transmog the right way. Let me be able to transfer stats into something else. Like Cyberpunk was a similar thing for me, where I enjoyed playing Cyberpunk, and when it came to equipping different types of armor, or different types of outfits, so I could have certain types of stats. That was always a weird hassle for me, because my character always ended up looking busted, and I'm like, dude, let me look cool. I'm in a cyberpunk world, let me wear my fucking dope ass leather jacket with my fucking dope ass, I don't know, man, parachute pants.
Totally,
that doesn't sound dope, but you know what I mean, right? Like, let me wear a dope outfit and then also have my stats with it, and that's always the thing that kind of annoys me about games that don't get it right in this way.
Chat's popping off saying, Greg, that's coming to Destiny next season. I'll be generous and not even bring up the fact that Destiny 2 is a sequel to Destiny. Destiny 2 came out in 2017. In 2017, I was like, this is bullshit. Why the fuck is this happening? You're telling me in 2021, Luke Smith's finally like, you know what? From my throne, I'll finally change this for you? I don't think so. All right? You don't get to come in here and act like, oh, no. It's Greg, you're making a mountain out of a molehill, all right? This molehill became a mountain, and the mole that lives inside, he's 3 or 4 times bigger than a moving truck. And he's just been over there pissing me off, all right? So don't come in here and telling me you got the solution when this mole ate my entire family, all right? All I've got is Jen's foot here, all right? Because the mole ate Jen. And you're going to tell me don't worry, though. It's getting fixed tomorrow. Look at this fucking mole, Luke Smith.
You're right about the weird energy today. I like it.
Blessing, I'm excited to see what the energy's like tomorrow, but tomorrow's so far away. If I wanted something more immediate, say what came to the mom and grab shops, where would I go?
You would go to the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform, as listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show hosts each and every weekday.
Yeah.
Out today, King Arthur, Knight's Tale on PC. SUM, Slay Monsters is on Switch. Dead Ground is on Switch. Epitaph is on Switch. Mahjong Adventure is on Switch. Heroes of the Three Kingdoms 8 is on PC. Yaga is on PC. And then, of course, the new Fortnite Primal season has begun. New dates for you. El Hijo launches on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One on March 25th. Undermine, the action-adventure roguelike, is coming to PlayStation 4 Tuesday, March 30th. And Genesis Noir launches March 26th on PC, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and Epic Games Store. Deals of the day for you. Xbox Game Pass has yet more games getting added to its roster. They put up a bunch of them today. Undertale is available today. Epic, hold on one sec. These 3 games are coming on March 18th. Empire of Sin comes to cloud, console, and PC. Nier Automata comes to PC. Star Wars Squadrons comes to console. And then Torchlight comes to PC. So I guess that was 4. All of those are coming to March 18th. Then Genesis Noir Collection. Genesis Noir comes to console and PC March 25th. Octopath Motherfucking Traveler comes to console and PC March 25th. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition comes to PC March 25th. Supraland comes to PC March 25th. Then Yakuza 6 The Song of Life comes to cloud, console, and PC March 25th. Narita Boy comes to cloud, console, PC March 30th. And then, as we already talked about, Outriders comes to cloud and console April 1st. Game Pass pretty good, bless.
Oh yeah,
pretty
dang
good.
Get. Also, like I know, I think most people missed out on Superland. It's a first-person puzzle game with a lot of quirky energy to it. Check it out if that sounds like your jam, because I've heard very good things about Superland.
Time to squad up. This is where one of you writes into patreon.com/kindafunnygames, giving us your name, username, platform of choice, and why you need help in a video game. I read it here. The best friends come and find you, and everybody plays games together. Today, Constantine needs help on PC/Uplay. The name there is FAPA for you2. FAPA for you2. FAPA for you2. New Year and Rainbow Six Siege is upon us, and I want to queue up with some KFBFs. I'm down for anything, casual, unranked, or ranked. I'm usually in the evenings, Eastern, and weekends. Love the show, thanks. No, thank you, FAPA for you. If you want to play some Rainbow Six Siege on the PC/Uplay, FAPA for you too. That's who you're trying to hit up there. All right, go get it. We ask people watching live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames to go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong and tell us what we screw up as we screw it up, so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, roosterteeth.com, and listening on podcast services around the globe. Nanobiologist starts us off and says, the server that Gary is playing on is you pick a role and you role play as that job. As a cop, you actually pull people over and make arrests. As EMS, you actually help people and take them to hospitals. As fugitives, you try to pull off heists. You have a job and a backstory, but you make that up. So, okay, so you start it up, and then is there a list of things you do, or like you can just be anything you want, and then you go, let me know. Big Bad Beluga says the correct pronunciation is mock bong, just like Blessing said. Chat is uncultured.
I agree.
Wow.
Chat is uncultured.
There you go.
Wow.
No, I mispronounced a lot of things. When I said mukbang, I immediately was like, yeah, that's probably said a different way, but
Joshy G comes in and needs to get set fucking straight, all right? Because Joshy G says, I'm sure someone else wrote in /not you're wrong. Octopath Traveler is coming to Game Pass. Joshy G, I know you've watched this fucking show before. I know you have watched this show before. Where do I put the new fucking Game Pass games unless there's something groundbreaking? I put them in deals of the day. I can't even look you in the eye right now. You know what I mean? It's just upsetting. Other people are pointing out, or Borzen's pointing out, you can reacquire shaders in your collection tab in Destiny 2. It's something that was added in Forsaken. That's news to me, and I do have to pay for them again there. I get one shader. Let me just have the fucking shader. All right? I have a bucket of paint in my space car. Let me toss it on my goddamn clothes.
Space car.
You reading the same thing I'm reading?
Frankfurter?
Yeah,
Frankfurter. Breaking news. Square Enix is hosting a digital. How is it breaking fucking news that there's an event on Thursday of this week when last Thursday it was on Kinda Funny Games Daily, Frankfurter? I'm talking about my weird energy. What is up with your energy today,
Frank,
people watching this
really
show
upsetting.
live?
We gotta have a you're wrong meeting, guys.
Everybody, if you don't have one in your house, buy a carbon monoxide detector, because some people right now are getting fumes and they don't know what's happening anymore. God!
Frankfurter in chat said he didn't write. He is saying that he didn't write that in.
Oh, okay, likely story. You know what I mean? It's like when I passed a note to a girl in school. I was like, "Do you want to go out with me?" She's like, "No." And I'm like, "I didn't write this. I don't know. I don't know who sent you this note. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It must have been a different Timothy Anderson."
Oh my god, Borders and Devils. Shaders cost 500 glimmer and 2 legendary shards in the collection. I have the fucking shader. Let me spray it on my goddamn body. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily, and a lot of you need Jesus, all right? I want you to, when you're done with this podcast, go watch the 19 other podcasts we put up. Watch the Twitch stream. It's going to be, who's on today? It's more, it's the boys playing Mario, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be them doing that. Then, of course, there's the Snyder Cut 10-minute reaction. You got it in review later this week. But when you've done listen to all the new Kind of Funny content and going to listen to all the blessing shows, they're only on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Go watch them. We put a lot of work into them. We got a new one coming tomorrow about Avengers I'm hosting. When you're done with all of that, just turn everything off, and I'd like you to let one tear roll down your cheek as you think about how you failed me today, all right? And you might say, I didn't do anything wrong, Greg. You didn't yell at me. I didn't see you standing up for the rights either. I didn't see you in the chat saying, you know what, Josh G, get the fuck out of here. I didn't see that. I didn't see you calling out Frankfurter saying, we don't believe you. All right? Don't try to take back that you are wrong.
Don't get me started on John BX32. Also.
Oh my god,
that
John BX32.
Oh my God.
This motherfucker. I'm playing Starfield right now. You guys don't have it yet? This is a PS I Love You reference. It's a great episode. You should watch it.
I saw a great tweet today. Somebody tweeted us, and they posted a picture of a dude in front of a GameStop, and they were like, "This is John BX32 right now, waiting in line for Starfield. He's gonna get it today."
Well, you know, if I can just have a quick moment too, ladies and gentlemen, I love making programs with you. Thank you for hanging out and being our best friends. It's so much fun just giving each other shit like this, and you know we love you. Obviously, this is me and Bless are on a roll right now of great fucking shows. All right, Bless. I don't know if you know that. Don't let anybody else know, but you're my favorite to work with. You, me, and Kevin.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I mean?
You're in my top 3.
Fucking goddamn. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a post show to do over on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. If you want to come over there and check that out, that'd be great. If not, you can hang out here on Twitch, watch the boys play Mario. Remember, if you ever miss one of our Twitch streams of video games, you can go to our brand new YouTube channel, youtube.com/kindoffunnyplays. Drop a sub there. You see all of our Twitch archives. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.